It's the end of February. It's going to be the start of March and the start of Marvelathon. I am determined to actually read some books. Hi everyone, my name's Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is the start of a new weekly reading vlog, and actually start of a new weekly reading vlog, and I've already finished an entire book this week. It's Monday evening, and while I was at work today I put an audiobook on for The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Finally actually managed to get the title right. I enjoyed it. I've given it 4 stars. It was just cute and cozy, but also did have like a bit more to it as well. Like, it wasn't just light and fluffy, there was sort of more serious stuff happening, and I very much enjoyed it. My only like sort of reason why it's a 4 rather than a 5 is that the sort of plot twists, I did kind of see them coming, and also I kind of just wanted the relationship to get together just a tiny bit sooner because I wanted to see more of them like actually together. Like the Grumpy Sunshine pairing of it was fantastic, but I just would have liked to have seen them like actually sort of interacting with each other just a tiny bit more. But I'm glad I read it. It's another Meg rec that I've given quite a high rating. She says carries on doing quite well. There's only like the odd ones that she recommends that I tend to not agree with her with, but she's doing quite well at the minute. I am going to continue reading God's Grave tonight. I have like 3 hours left of the audiobook, which is like 200 pages, and then I also need to finish reading Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by tomorrow, because that is the end of February, and then we're starting off March and it is Marvelathon, and hopefully I'm going to be doing all the reading and getting all the points. But I am busy this weekend. There will be another theatre trip in this week's vlog, because of course there will actually be some guests in this week's vlog. So I was actually trying to figure out where to like cut it off and end it, because obviously my vlogs normally run Monday to Sunday, and I am actually away Saturday through Tuesday, but I think I'm still probably going to end it on Sunday. So you'll sort of see half of the weekend in this vlog and then half of it in the next one. But on Saturday I am going to London with Meg. We've actually just been planning what show we're going to go and see for the matinee, because we haven't booked that yet. But Saturday evening we're going to see Bonnie and Clyde. Saturday matinee we are unsure yet, but we have 2 choices, and I will update you as and when we actually have the tickets. Sunday afternoon I will be meeting up with Lisa and Becca as well as Meg, and we will be going to go and see Wicked. It is Lucy Jones's last performance in Wicked. I tried to go and see Lucy Jones in Wicked last year for my birthday, and she wasn't on the day I went, but it's her last day, so I'm pretty confident, unless she's ill, that she will actually be there. So I will finally get to see her as Elphaba just before she leaves, but then it's fine, because then I get to go and see her as Fantine again in Les Mis, which I'm very, very excited about, because I love her version of Fantine. But anyway, I'm rambling about theatre again now. But that is what you'll see in this week's vlog, and then in next week's vlog there is another exciting show that I will be going to see with Lisa and Becca, and then meeting up with Meg again at the weekend to see a few more shows. So there's a couple of like theatre trips happening over the next few weeks, and then there's another one at the end of the month. But yeah, exciting times, and I am now actually going to go and read, because hopefully my AirPods will have charged up enough now for me to actually put my audiobook on, because I came to them and they were completely dead. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Hello, it is Wednesday morning. I am about to go and log in for work, but I have read something this morning, so I thought I would do a quick update before I forget, because I didn't do one last night. So last night was Tuesday, it was the last day of February. I was very like determined to finish my current read before the end of February. Didn't quite manage it, but I literally had 50 pages to read this morning, so obviously we're counting it for February's reads. I will not be putting it on Marvelathon, which I will get to in a minute. So when did I last catch you up? I think it was Monday night, and I was near the end of God's Grave. I finished God's Grave yesterday morning before I went to work, and then on the way into work and sort of during my lunch break, and then also like in the evening, I read Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. So God's Grave, obviously I gave 5 stars. I gave you thoughts on it already. I think like I'm just remembering more about it, because obviously it's the second time I've read it, and I have a tendency, once I've read something once, like I'll remember the general gist of things and like my thoughts on it, but I won't remember like specific details. So the reread really kind of cements it in my brain, and that's what reading God's Grave again has done. Like there were moments with like the twists at the end that I kind of forgot happened, but then when I actually got into it, I'm like, oh no, I do remember this. Like I wouldn't have been able to tell you it beforehand, but now I remember all of it, and I think the discussions are going to be really, really interesting. Lisa's reaction to the ending was like just what I wanted it to be. Voice notes at like 1:20 in the morning on like Monday night going into Tuesday morning were just fun to receive. and I can't wait for the discussions. With this one, I had a good time. It's the first book like I've actually read physically in a while. I've been reading physically but then listening to the audiobook. This is the first one where I've just read it physically in quite a while, and I'm glad that I've actually been able to do that. I mean, I know it's like a YA romance, so it's not the most taxing read, but it's nice that I've actually been able to concentrate on it, and the fact that I read it pretty much in one day, because I'd only read one chapter before. So the fact that I was able to actually just sit down and read it. The only reason I didn't finish it last night was because me and Meg did like backstage sprints to hold ourselves accountable, and as always we ended up talking for quite a while. Although she did finish Lord of Shadows, the Cassandra Clare book, whilst I was on these backstage sprints with her. So that was fun, because I knew that one would cause her pain because I'd heard about it from other people. So it was interesting to see her reaction. It was not quite as sad as like maybe some people are when reading it, but yeah, it's always fun to watch other people go through emotions in books. Mine was not like that emotional. It was a fun YA romance. I enjoyed it. I really liked Talia Hibbert as a writer, so like I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, but it's the first YA that she's done, and I do feel like it didn't necessarily need to be YA, like, which sounds weird, but basically the storyline and the situation of it, like, it was set during like secondary school, like the end of it was set like during the end of sixth form, so the characters are all like 18, and although like the whole premise of it was about them getting this scholarship to help with the uni fees, like the actual setup of it, like, it didn't feature too much of them like being 18-year-olds and having to go to school and things like that. Like, they would mention obviously that it was a scholarship, but like you didn't really see them just sort of doing the things that 18-year-olds do, if that makes sense. It very much felt like she almost didn't want to actually like write about like it almost felt like she wasn't quite sure what like 18-year-olds did these days, and sort of didn't want to write about it. So it felt like just her adult characters, and she was telling us it was in a younger setting. It very much could have been set with them being like 3 years older, them being sort of the end of uni and them competing for like internships and things when they've left uni. Like it could have been set around that and been a younger adult book rather than a YA book. I know that they sound like the same thing, but you know what I mean, like that sort of new adult age rather than YA. And then also I feel like possibly because it's YA, the actual like romance side of it, like the building of the relationship was good, but like once they sort of started getting together, they like sort of explain in passing like, oh, it's been a couple of months since this and we've like not stopped seeing each other since, but you didn't really see any moments of them actually being together. And I don't know if that was like, again, maybe because it's YA and she didn't really like want to write too many scenes of them as a couple necessarily, because like obviously like there's certain types of scenes that you won't necessarily have in YA. I mean some YA does talk about it, but this one didn't. And it just, yeah, it felt like some of the like time of them actually spending time together was glossed over. But separate to that, the actual like building of the relationship and like the conflicts that came around with that, like I really, really enjoyed, and I really liked the characters. So there were bits of it that I really loved, but just I kind of wish it would have been an adult book instead, is essentially what I'm getting at. So 4 stars. It is now officially March. Marvelathon has started. I will not be reading immediately because I'm going to go and log in for work, but I will be reading today. I did a poll on Twitter because I'm going to try and do poll picks for the majority of my reads this month. I'm going to sort of have obviously things in mind, but I'm just going to put them up as polls as to what order I read things in, because then you get bonus points. So I will be reading Peristyle and Court is About to Crumble, which I feel like is a good one to start with, because obviously I have managed to read a romance physically, so hopefully that should just be able to carry on with that book. So I'm gonna go and get ready for work, and I will catch up with you guys tonight. I wasn't on like regular sprints last night, with it being a Tuesday, and obviously normally I'm on Lisa's sprints, but Lisa didn't do them because she's doing the kick-off sprints tonight. I am not on those because it is Team OG. It does feel weird to not be on Lisa's sprints this week, but I'm on Liv sprints tomorrow instead. So tonight I'm just going to be in the comments terrorising and telling them that Team New Gen's going to win, obviously. I'll catch up with you guys later. Hello, super quick update because I am literally about to leave to go to work, but I have like 2 minutes before I have to leave the house, and I just realised I've got like foundation all over my lips. So we'll sort that out before I leave. But I started reading It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning. I didn't update yesterday. I started reading though on the very like non-productive sprints that Team OG were doing. Like, they're not setting themselves up well to win because they barely read at all. I mean, I know that like some of them were reading like the graphic novels and the comics and things, so they could get some early wins in there, but I still think Team New Gen's got this. Like, it's fine. Anyway, enough of the talk about that. I actually did manage to read because I kept reading while they were talking. So I read like 150 pages of Peristyle and Court is About to Crumble. I'm enjoying it so far. I will hopefully end up finishing it today. I do need to film tonight when I get back though, but I'm going to read on my bus journey, and I'm going to read on my lunch break. So I'm going to go off to work now, but I just thought I would pop in and say hi. First day of Marvelathon done. I've also watched 2 Marvel films so far because I read well with like sound and things on in the background, so I tend to have something on TV while I'm reading, and I had the first 2 Iron Man films on yesterday, so I've got points for those as well. But right now I'm gonna go because I really need to get to work, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello, it is still Thursday. It is now the evening time though. I'd been at work, I've come home. I have nearly read an entire book. It's not the book I told you I was going to read this morning. I haven't picked up Peristyle and Court is About to Crumble other than to hold it up to haul it, because I've just filmed my haul video. Well, actually I've just filmed my wrap up, but I filmed my haul before as well. I ended up not wanting to physically read on the bus, so I put an audiobook on instead, and I put on 9 Layers by Maureen Johnson, and I have like 40 minutes left of the audiobook, which is good. I'm enjoying it, not quite as much as some of the other ones in this series. So it's the 5th book in the Truly Devious series, and I feel like the actual mystery element is being like glossed over a little bit for the character drama instead, which like I do like these characters, so I do like that, but the character drama is a little bit annoying. Like, I can't hear Stevie get jealous of this girl for no reason one more time. Like, basically her boyfriend in the book, who I won't say his name because that could spoil things actually from the first one, but her boyfriend in the book, she's in like a long distance relationship with him, and she's getting very paranoid about this girl that he's spending time with while he's there, like a friend that he's got, and there's been nothing to kind of make her paranoid. There's been nothing that like she's seen that sort of made her think something is going on. She met her once and was just very much like, I feel like I should think something's going on, and sort of convinced herself that something has, even though nothing has made her think that. And yeah, the way that it's like every time she sees her, she starts having these like thoughts in her head, and because of how the POVs are done, it's just getting too much basically. I think all the others in the series have been like a 4-star, and this is feeling like a 3.5 at the minute, but we'll see how it wraps up. But also I have heard things like, when I went on Goodreads to like put it on my currently reading, and I saw the reviews, and they were all just saying, oh my god, what was that ending? And they weren't like good reviews, so I'm a bit worried that I'm going to dislike it more when we get to the ending, but we will see. Right now I'm going to tidy up the books and then get back to reading. I'm on live sprints at the minute, so I'm going to read a little bit more. I don't know if we're doing one more before we finish, but we will see, and I will probably catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday evening. I should be packing. I will start packing in a minute, but I thought I would just film a quick vlog update. Let's do reading updates first. I still haven't read any more of Peristyle and Court is About to Crumble, just because I haven't had a chance to sit and physically read yet. It's only like 8 o'clock in the evening, but I have listened to another audiobook whilst I was working today. Today the TV show of Daisy Jones and the Six came out. Well, the first 3 episodes of it came out on Amazon anyway, and I do plan on watching them, potentially some of them this evening, if not when I get back from the weekend away I have planned next week, like early next week at some point. But I realised that I did kind of want to reread the book before I watch the TV show, because I know they've made some changes, and I kind of want to know what the changes are rather than like just getting confused about it. So I listened to the audiobook of this. I really recommend the audiobook for this because it's told in like an interview format, so it works really well because it's a full cast. So I listened to that while I was at work, had a great time, gave it 5 stars like I did before, and now I'm going to pack and then, like I said, potentially watch the TV show. If I don't watch it tonight, then I'll read instead, and I will watch that next week. Other things that happened today though, exciting things. I mean, I'm excited, I don't know if anyone else will be, but I ordered myself a vinyl record, even though I do not have a working record player at the minute. Well, I do technically, it's just not a great one, and I listened to something on it previously and felt like it was potentially going to damage the record that I had, because like it was skipping, and I was like, I don't know if this is like a dodgy record, but it shouldn't be because it was brand new. And I'm pretty sure it was the record player because it wasn't the best. It was like a one that I'd inherited. So I'm going to buy myself a new record player. I've been meaning to for a while. But I picked this up because I saw it in New York as I was leaving the theatre, and which gives you a clue as to what it is. And I didn't pick it up, and I thought it's fine, I'll be able to get it back home. And it turns out it's not really widely available over here. And then when I did look at it once, it was like twice as expensive as what I actually got it for. And then I happened to go back on and look at it again, and it had gone down to sort of the price that a regular record is over here. So I was like, well, I'm going to order it while I can. It did have to get shipped over from America. I was like, I'm going to order it while I can so that I can get it at a decent price, and then I will get the record player so I can actually play it. But also it's just really pretty to have anyway. It is, of course, the Moulin Rouge, the musical cast recording, because I just wanted it. It's very, very pretty. I can't really get it out with one hand very well, but because obviously I do not want to damage it, but just sort of pulled it out a little bit at the top. Look, it's red. It's on red vinyl. And yeah, very excited to actually have something I can listen to this on, but also just very excited to have this to display somewhere because it's beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I need to pack for tomorrow, because tomorrow I head to London. So I will probably catch up with you guys in the morning because we all know I'm not going to do another clip tonight. Hello. I have not filmed a single thing today other than like B-roll, which you will have seen, but there is a Meg. Hi. God, that is a very bad angle for me. I'm gonna come over here. What did we do today, Meg? You can do the talking, I can't be bothered.
We went to the theatre twice. So first we went and got Chinese food. It was good, had a good time. Then we went and got donuts from Donut Time. I'm excited.
Mine is over there. I've already started eating it.
Yeah, I'm going to eat mine now. And then we went to watch My Son's a Queer, But What Can You Do? By Rob March.
It's a very fun show. Oh, I just took my phone.
Fun, and also made me cry.
Yeah, it was
a mixed bag.
There were moments.
Yeah. And then we went and got some cocktails and random snacky food from Waterstones.
Because where else do you go for cocktails other than the giant Waterstones at Piccadilly?
Then Waterstones, obviously, is where people go to have food and beverages.
I mean, for like context, we thought it would probably be fairly quiet compared to some of the other bars, and it was 2 for 1 cocktails.
Yeah. And then the service was horrendous, and it was fairly busy. So, but we made it to our next show on time, which was the opening night previews of Bonnie and Clyde, which was excellent. Had a great time.
We actually saw Jordan Luke Gage do the entire show.
The entire thing, which Chloe'd already seen before.
Yeah, but
I had not.
No, because last time we went there was a show stop, and then he came up saying, due to the indisposition of Jordan Luke Gage, so and so, I can't remember his name, will be performing the role of Clyde for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
It was a nice like relief when we got past that moment, and it's like, oh, there's no show stop today.
It's like, oh, I get to see John Luke Gage do the Raise Little Hell reprise.
Which is always a good thing. It was very good.
And now we are back in our hotel, ready to go watch Wicked tomorrow.
We will have more people tomorrow. There will be
more energy.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been a long day, and my back hurts.
There were changes to Bonnie and Clyde from when we saw it last time as well, because the staging was bigger. But also because it was the first night of previews, there were things that were not quite working yet.
A couple of technical issues.
Yeah, like the actual performances and everything, very, very good. Just a couple
there was some weird sound things though, where a lot of the men just sounded really tinny compared to
I thought that. There was, I don't know if it was just where we were sat with him, but like the technical team were sat the row in front of us. So basically the 2 rows in front of us were like people who were working on the show, and it seems like it was mostly like the technical people right in front of us, because when the projection things weren't working, they weren't quite as clear as they should have been.
No, they was literally doubled.
Yeah, so it was like, because there was like a gauze screen thing that came down, and so the projections you would see like on both screens, and it just did not look right.
There was like a sort of foot of space in between them, and I was just like, are my eyes playing up, or is this actually messy?
Am I supposed to be able to read his number for the jail cell? I feel like I should.
Yeah, it was.
But so yeah, as soon like when it got to the interval, they were like, yeah, we're gonna run through this on Monday and fix that. So yeah,
but we will be watching it outside of previews also.
I am seeing it at the beginning of April, and then we are both seeing it on closing night in May.
Just bookending it quite nicely with opening and closing nights.
But yeah, right now we're gonna eat donuts and then go to sleep. So bye. I did read, actually. I read some of Paris Style & Co is about to crumble on the train, but I will not give you thoughts on that now. But I did read, it did happen. Hello, this will be a very quick clip because we were literally about to leave the room, and then I remembered that I'd not filmed a vlog clip.
That's because I'm not vlogging this weekend.
I was about to say, it's because you're not vlogging, so I don't get reminded that I actually need to film things. I need to remember to end this vlog today and start a new one tomorrow, because it's all confusing because I'm here for too many days.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go and get breakfast and go in a bookshop first, and then we're gonna go and see Wicked. It's Lucy Jones's last day in Wicked. It's also other people's last day in Wicked, but we all know we're going to see Lucy Jones.
Yeah, but Helen Wolf is also very good.
Yeah, but
but we're going for Lucy
I've
Jones.
seen Helen Wolf. I've not had a chance to see Lucy Jones yet because she was not on the day that I went. Why are my AirPods connecting when they are in their case and should not be connecting? Anyway, we're gonna go now, but I just thought I would actually like say hi. We'll be meeting up with Lisa and Becca
and Maddie.
So we did meet up with Maddie yesterday. That's why I was like, but she was not on the vlog. So
no, I've met up with Maddie multiple times whilst looking, and she's never once actually made it to the vlog.
She does exist. She is there. Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna go. Bye.
Lisa, say hi.
Hi. We still have a mic. Say hi to the vlog, Becca. I've said hello to everyone else already, but here we are again.
I'm still here.
Of course, this one's making herself. I'm here. You make a fan for the for reference. Like it must be. I am in a different setting. I am now at Becca's. There is a Becca and a Lisa.
There's me.
I'm going to film this way without you in it because it's just easier.
That's fair.
Becca's now gone home. We went to go and see... Where is it? We went to see Wicked. You may notice that this programme is signed because we went to Stage Door after. I finally got to see Lucy Jones's Alphabet after having been to see it in November and not being on that day. She was fantastic, as expected. I am not going to do like thoughts in this like everyone else is doing their vlogs because I do a theatre wrap up at the end of the month, and I have so many things to tell you about the options that she did tonight that like I assume is not what she does on the normal time she did it. Like there were some things that were definitely bigger. The crowd was very loud, but I will give you full thoughts on that at the end of March. I will have a lot to talk about in March. What else did I do? I told you I was going to give you a reading update because it is the end of the vlog now. I am now like 200 pages into Paris Style & Co is about to crumble. I want to like just hit the 2 main characters over the head, but that's not a bad thing. It's a romance, you expect that at some point. Like they have like conflicting issues and they are talking about them, but it's not going very well and they're talking about them. I just need them to get their acts together. But I'm enjoying like the general idea of it, and it's fun. There's baking involved. I need to know who wins the competition, obviously. But I will finish that possibly tomorrow.
She won't. She's not reading.
Lisa is trying to sabotage the reading because she's on the losing team for Marvelathon, and she somehow thinks that she's going to turn it around and be the winning team, but we all know that's not going to happen. I'm going to end this vlog here. I will pick this up tomorrow when I will still be here in next week's vlog, but next week's vlog there will be more theatre, and 2 of those trips will hopefully feature the same person whose name I'm not allowed to mention at the minute, but I will talk about it in next week's vlog. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye.
Bye.